Hello, this is James. So, sometime during the KC Cup, I exchanged my ultra rare dream ticket, at most a once a year opportunity from Konami, for a floodgate trap hole. And the reason was, well, I was playing Harem in the KC Cup and I needed another trap to beef up my Harem deck. I also wanted a card that would be useful in the new era of the 5Ds world. So, since 5Ds world is right around the corner, 5Ds world coming in 1 week, I thought it would be nice to have an overview of synchro summoning and some cards that we already have that are going to be good in the new meta. So first, what is synchro summoning? Synchro summoning is an extra deck mechanic. We're having these white bordered cards that live in the extra deck. At their most basic level, they'll require a tuner and a non-tuner monster. So for today, Sonic Maid is going to serve as our tuner monster because we don't have tuners in the game yet, obviously. And I think that this is actually Konami getting cute with the puns because it's like Sonic, it's like a music, it's like a tune. Sonic Maid, the herald of tuner monsters. So for our level 3 tuner, we can normal summon a level 4 monster, and then I imagine we'll be able to click on the extra deck if we have the activation conditions met, and then we'll be able to select our level 7 synchro monster, and then we'll mush the tuner and the non-tuner together and they'll go to the graveyard, and then we'll be able to special summon the level 7 synchro from the extra deck. Synchros, they bring a lot of stability and consistency to the game because you're not trying to draw into your hero monster. All you need to do is to just use generic materials because they just need to be of the proper level in most cases to fuse into a monster of the appropriate level. We need to get 2 monsters onto the field at the same time, and we could do what we used to do when we had tribute summoning, which is just we play a monster and then we protect it and then we either tribute it or summon another monster or something like that. But tribute summoning is for chumps. So 5D's world is going to be all about special summoning and level manipulation. So for our level 3 tuner, we want to go into a synchro summon. We would use, for example, Dynatherium, who can just be special summoned from the hand, and then that's 7 stars right there. We can synchro summon a level 7 monster. Dynatherium, great free to play option. Definitely get it with your ultra rare ticket if you haven't already. And then also for special summoning, trap monsters. Trap monsters are going to be great because a lot of them are pretty high level. Swamp Mirror is a level 4 that you don't have to use up your normal summon for. Swamp Mirror and Dynatherium, great free-to-play options. We're also going to need to pay attention to level manipulation. So we can do level manipulation for ourselves and also against our opponent. So something like Synchro Boost, again in the case of our level 3 tuner and our level 4 non-tuner Synchro material, we can play Synchro Boost on either of these 2 monsters, and then we have 8 stars of material, and then we can go into a higher level. For example, Stardust Dragon, if you need some flexibility, cards like Synchro Boost can give you that. So we're also probably going to be seeing a lot of cards that manipulate their own levels so that we can make plays. So something like Flame Armor Ninja, when this card is summoned, you can target 1 ninja monster you control, increase its level by 1. So if we have our tuner monster and we have a ninja deck, we can use ninja arts and we can special summon this Flame Armor Ninja. We can make him into a level 5, and then boom, again we have 8 stars of synchro material. We also can use things like Mirror Ladybug. Control at least 1 face-up monster, have no monsters in your graveyard. You can special summon this card from your hand. When this card is special summoned this way, this card's level becomes equal to the total levels of all other monsters you control. Mirror Ladybug can mirror Sonic Maid's, our tuner monster, again for the purpose of discussion. If we have Sonic Maid on the field and then we have Beat Bladesman for Hire, that's a level 6. We can special summon our Mirror Ladybug, and then she will also be level 6. And then that can be a level 12. That can be a very large synchro monster if and when we get the level 12s. Okay, so speaking of for hires, This also brings to mind the decks that we already have that are Synchro ready. First is Mecha Phantom Beast. So when the Mecha Phantom Beast, they generate tokens, and the important thing is they generate big tokens. They generate large, well, relatively large, level 3 tokens in the case of Black Falcon, and the tokens protect the Mecha Phantom Beast Black Falcon. So you normal summon your Black Falcon, it attacks, it generates the token, and then on the next turn you can normal summon your tuner monster, and then you can go into like a pretty big synchro monster, because the Mecha Phantom Beasts also manipulate their own levels. So this level 4 becomes a level 7 with the token on the field, and then plus the token, that's 10 stars, and then plus another level 2 tuner, again a huge level 12. Hazies, these are going to be good if we get fire type tuners. Just stick them in your Hazy Flame Sphinx, and we can make some synchros that deal with back row, which is the main weakness of the Hazy Never Miss deck. And finally, for hires I think are gonna come back, because they have inherent special summoning and the wide selection of monsters, of monster levels to choose from. Right? They have 2. They have level 3. Beat Blazeman for Fire. They have level 4 Seal, level 6, and level 7. With your For Hire deck, you just need to stuff in a couple tuner monsters, and the play is obvious, right? You normal summon your Beat, and then and then you can do normal For Hire stuff, which is strong. And if that gets shut down, if your Beat gets hit with a Canadia and then gets destroyed, well, you just activate Jesus For Hire. You special summon your Beat, you bring him back, and then he can special summon more things, and then finally you can normal summon your tuner and go into your synchro monster after getting the benefit of your For Hire effect. So if you were sick of For Hires, too bad. Learn how to play the meta. And finally, let's talk about some counters. Somebody playing a synchros deck is going to need their normal summon. The monsters have to be face up. So Paleozoic Canadia or Floodgate Trap Hole, you can shut your opponent's synchro summon down for that turn. And actually, this might be where we see Floodgate Trap Hole edge out Canadia in popularity, because Floodgate Trap Hole, first of all, the reason that Canadia was more popular is because it was more active. You could wait for your opponent to make their whole play and then go into the battle phase. But with Floodgate Trap Hole, as soon as you see the tuner, just floodgate it. That's it. Just floodgate the tuner monster, and that's your whole play. Second, Floodgate Trap Hole is permanent, and since we're running synchro monsters, we're probably not going to be playing tribute monsters. So that's the monster zone lockdown, and it's superior to destroying the monster because they could actually bring it back with Powerful Rebirth, and that might actually be part of their strategy. Let the monster get destroyed. They bring it back from the graveyard, and then Powerful Rebirth increases the level of the monster and then enables even more powerful synchro summoning. Pretty good, cheap way to prevent synchro summoning is to just mess around with the levels. Stygian Dirge, Continuous Trap, reduce the levels of all monsters your opponent controls by 1. So if you're running a free-to-play meta deck, and then there's a lot of synchros running around, just tech in 1 Stygian Dirge, and you can stymie all of their plays. And then you can also just remove the synchro monsters themselves. So weed out, pay 500 life points, destroy all face-up attack position level 3 monsters. This seems highly specific, and ordinarily I would say that this is a card that you will never see played because it's too specific. But a lot of the good tuner monsters are actually level 3, like Junk Synchron and Blackwing Gale. Blackwing Gale is a really powerful level 3 tuner monster, so if you start seeing those, we have Weed Out. And then low level removal, so Skull Lair was not really viable to play because nobody has that many monster cards in their graveyard to remove level 4s consistently unless you're losing. So, but the tuners, they're all tend to be very low-level monsters. So Skull Lair is a great renewable resource for removal, right? You play the Skull Lair, it's a continuous trap, and then to remove the tuners, you only have to banish like 1 or 2 monsters from your graveyard, and then you can just get rid of that tuner real fast. For playing around, level manipulation, we have turnabout. If there is a face-up monster on the field whose current level is different from its original level, change all monsters on the field to face-down defense position. Self-explanatory. And finally, give and take. And we even see a little bit of synchro action. There's Junk Synchron right there, and I think this is Junk Warrior with his back to us. Special summon one monster from your graveyard to your opponent's side of the field in defense position, and increase the level of one monster you control by the level of the special summon monster until the end phase. So this is going to have a dope combo with actually Floodgate. So you Floodgate their tuner, right? And then they're stuck with like a weenie monster on the field. It's your turn. You give and take. You special summon one of your low-level monsters onto their field. You increase your level. You're able to go into your Synchro summon, and of course you special summon that monster in attack position so that you can attack over it. So I hope that this has been a helpful primer to the 5Ds world. Thank you for watching.